Dark Souls 2 gets a bad rap. This can be due to many things, but I honestly think a lot of it is self-fulfilled due to new players hearing the same damn copy-paste complaints parroted ad nauseum. Bad hitboxes, so many ganks, which then possibly leads to these new players playing recklessly or perceiving some of the challenges as far worse than they really are due to coming in with tainted expectations. One of these players is Nicholas Light TV. Me and many others were excited for him to get into this game. After all, he did so good with Dark Souls 1 and had a blast, so he'll definitely knock DS2 out of the park.
I will be the scholar of the first sin!
It totally didn't turn out to be one of the most atrocious and disgraceful first playthroughs of Dark Souls 2 that I've ever seen.
I'm done. I'm done with Dark Souls 2. We're done. We're done. We're done with Dark Souls 2. Yeah, I'm done. I give up. I give up. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't.
And I just noticed he turned the comments off. Nice. Why do I care so much about this? Why am I putting him on blast? Am I just some nobody trying to get some views by piggybacking on his stream? No, not at all. To be clear, I've been a fan of Nick for a long time. I think his anime reactions, particularly his Naruto Shippuden reactions, are solid gold, and he's the only anime reactor that genuinely makes me laugh hard. So of course I was excited when he decided to start streaming games starting with Dark Souls 1 and then going through the rest of the FromSoft games mostly in order. So the point is though, is that I was actually genuinely excited for him to play Dark Souls 2. He did pretty good with Dark Souls 1, and I'm not sure if I should bring this up right now, but I have some comments to say about him using the Zweihander. But again, no fault, first time doing it, use whatever weapon you think is good enough for you to get through the game. I don't fault you for that. However, the way he played through DS2 after the first third of his stream is completely unacceptable and should not stand as an example of what kind of experience Dark Souls 2 offers when compared to the rest of From Software's games. Don't care if I sound like a die-hard fanboy or one of those dirty DS2 defenders, but this game's reputation has been tarnished beyond repair by certain big content creators and their critiques of DS2, and since then the game has suffered a literal decade of slander via the copy-pasted complaints I mentioned earlier. Bad hitboxes, so many ganks. While I am currently not equipped to silence those evidence-less, brain-dead, and unoriginal complaints, I am completely able to point out every wrong thing Nicholas Light did during most of his Dark Souls 2 stream, which is evident not just to a DS2 veteran like myself, but any FromSoft player who knows how to properly play these games and overcome the challenges without blaming the game. After all, there's no way me or anyone else could get away with playing the universally beloved games like Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, or Elden Ring in such a terrible and reckless way, and then blame the game for it and expect people to side with me. But for some reason, people sure love playing DS2 the wrong way, and for some reason people give that a pass and actually claim that it's just the game being bad. Well, enough of that personal rant, let's get into his stream. First off, it's too bad he made several comments that aged poorly, starting with,
Worst game ever? Suck a dick. Anybody that hates this game, you're just bad at it. It's as simple as that. You're just fucking bad at it.
and then later on in the stream.
You could climb the ladder fast in this game. See, it's already better than Dark Souls 1. I don't know what everybody's talking about, bro.
So he first tries to fight the ogre and things betwixt. He does a decent job, but unfortunately gets caught in its grab due to poor positioning when the camera gets pressed up against his character. So far, not a terrible start. Neither Nick nor his fans try to instantly insinuate this is a bad game due to this failed first attempt.
Oh my god, we're about to fight our first boss. Yo, better fight a bear? Wait a minute. We're about to fight a fucking bear.
Okay.
Fighting a fucking rhino?
No! Okay, there you go. He did a good job.
I am the Dark Soul. You cannot fuck with me. Oh! Yo, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
God, no.
I can walk and heal? Oh shit, no!
I was turning the goddamn volume down, but I accidentally turned... my speakers have a treble knob.
I can't see anything.
And
I can't see anything.
I actually wanted to turn down the freaking treble knob because holy crap, this guy screams ridiculously. He then proceeds to Hyde's Tower of Flame first, which isn't the most optimal start for a DS2 beginner, but as you'll soon see, he's actually quite competent. Clearly this is also not the part where it all went downhill.
I have one Estus flask. That's all I need for the rest of the game. Here we go. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, I already saw this.
Damn, how many moves he got?
So see right here, he's already doing good. Like, he's able to position himself well. Okay, yeah, and he falls off.
I got him, man. He's not that hard.
Yeah, see, there you go. You admit it's not that hard.
Look, 2, 3.
See, he knows how to
Stab,
position. He's not even
bounce,
spamming the roll.
1, 2, 3. Stab, 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 stab. We got him, we got him.
He's doing perfectly fine.
We got him, we got him.
I really want to know where it went wrong.
Think carefully.
So he's, and there you go. He's smart to not just attack enemies that aren't immediately hostile to him.
1, 2.
See? He knows how to position. He's fine. He just has to get better at it. Right here.
Look at him.
He recognizes this may not be the best start for him, so he leaves, whereupon his chat thankfully informs him he can teleport with the bonfire. You can clearly see his reaction and assert that he's impressed with DS2's innovations.
Wait, you can teleport? Oh my god, I'm teleporting.
Okay, good.
Dark Souls
there you go,
1,
see?
So I have it here. Travel? This is awesome. It shows the pictures. Nice.
Gee,
nice.
Isn't that a great feature to have, huh? Actually, he decides to go back. Part of me wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but here we start to see the first signs of stubbornness, sloppy playing, or outright lack of trying.
Damn, bro, they're all over the place.
What I remember is that you need to get to 96 agility to get a Dark Souls 1. No. This person thinks that your Dark Souls 1 roll has 16 frames.
Am I even going the right way? Like, am I doing what I'm supposed to do?
I want to grab my phone real quick.
Where else would I go? New moan. I miss my old one. No. How am I supposed to know where to go?
Play? Nice.
I wish these deaths didn't count, right?
Someone in his chat claims he's too early for this area, which is obviously not true, but as a beginner who's overwhelmed, he believes it.
You are too early for this place? Where the fuck do I go then? What do you mean? Why am I allowed over here then? Am I supposed to be in Majula?
Once he finally reaches the Forest of Fallen Giants, I try my first attempt at some cringe humor as part of my reaction. Right. Here we go. I think we can finally start taking...
wait, what's that?
Really dissecting this John Madden style.
It's a rock. Okay. My dude can't swim. Oh wait, this is
he's taking in his surroundings.
Let me get
Look
it.
at seeing it basically inside a cave.
Nice. Give me that shit.
I don't know if that's what he sounds like. I know that was cringe, but I'm trying to have some fun with this, you know. He starts this area off the right way, killing one enemy at a time and lighting the bonfire, like I said on stream. He was being completely competent. I don't know what the hell happened. He proceeds through the area and kills the enemies without issue. Again, not sure how it all went wrong, but it was a perfectly acceptable start at the time.
Let's go this way, bro.
He's doing fine so far.
Give me that
and he
soul.
rested at the bonfire, so it's not like he's going to suddenly just... Of course, we finally arrive to the infamous arena that has been misportrayed to hell as the first true gank of Dark Souls 2, to the point where I made my own parody video of what idiots seem to do upon arriving to this part of Forest of Fallen Giants. Seriously though, why won't that video go viral? It's just as relevant now as when I uploaded it. This is my first serious pause because this is where it really starts to get contentious. If you're just a goddamn liar. So, there is a lot of enemies here. And people always love to bring up the fact that in the original version of Dark Souls 2, before Scholar of the First Sin, there's only like 3 or 4 guys that were walking around. There is maybe, if I can roughly estimate, at least 10 enemies here. That is not a gank because they do not come at you at once. You know how they come at you? When you get close to them. And they are spread out very far from each other. All over the area. So, the only way they're going to gank you is if you actually go to 1 or 2 and wake them up, and then you immediately run run away somewhere, and then you immediately wake up more. So, in that situation, you are clearly bringing on the gank upon yourself through your own actions. To everyone's surprise, including me, he does the right thing and takes on one enemy at a time. Sometimes he gets too close to other enemies, so a second holo runs interference, but otherwise he handled this perfectly fine. It really goes to show how the stupid parroted claims about ganks are greatly exaggerated if a beginner didn't encounter or stumble upon this so-called gank that many others claimed exists in this part of Forest of Fallen Giants. However, no one saw coming what Nick would do to finally destroy any chance of giving DS2 a fair shake. First grand mistake of the entire stream, he immediately runs into a room without checking carefully for any enemies or traps. In a tight corridor like this, it's super necessary to ensure you don't get cornered in tight spaces, especially when you have a wide swinging weapon. Thankfully though, he manages to survive this, albeit by drinking all his remaining Estus. Stop right here. Okay, there you go. He was very unwise and literally just walked into the goddamn room where there is 2 holos and there's another holo in the hallway. Again, there you go. He didn't know, but that's the whole point. It was his fault. He could have been a little bit, just take his time a little bit more. But the problem is that now, again, the people who are being very dishonest to this game are going to say that, there you go, that's another gank. But no, this kind of situation can happen in literally every goddamn game. I know that for a fact that you can think right off the top of your head without memorizing it. There's situations in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 where that happened. However, now he immediately stumbles into mistake number 2, which is to immediately spring past the barricade of boxes, thereby aggroing the holo soldier and warrior hiding in the corner. Again, a classic setup that any careful player can handle if they're attentive, but no, Nick rushes in and gets staggered by 2 enemies. Literally within a 12 milliseconds, enemy walks to him.
Oh my god,
he panics.
Still trying to get me?
Did he say, look at what he said, the word still trying to get me. No, these are clearly new enemies. Eventually he rolls away and delivers some retaliation, but then runs off, putting himself in range of the upcoming archer. He can be forgiven for not knowing about the archer, but cannot be forgiven for rushing and not aiming his camera forward to see the upcoming threat. He manages to finally kill the 2 holos that pushed him into this situation in the first place, but then he finally throws away all semblance of careful and sensible play by immediately rushing forward and getting annihilated. He pretty much lost most of his credibility for pointing out this game's perceived flaws with this one move right here.
Nice.
See,
that works.
Okay, that I give him props. He was able to...
Right.
Okay, so there you go. He was able to survive the situation. He was bold, but now look what he's doing. Just immediately rushing forward, and now he's getting another enemy's attention that's been pelting him with freaking arrows.
What do you think you're doing, buddy?
Don't believe me? Look what he decides to do from now on. He decides to start running past every single enemy to try and make it back to the ladder, and when he inevitably gets swarmed by all the enemies he ran past, he has the audacity to yell,
"There's like 20 of them!
20 of them?
There's like 20 of them!
Because you ran past them, dude. You ran past them. And I couldn't help but comment on the snarky comment from chat that many a hater decided to utter. Oh, this is great. This is great. Look at this person right here. Welcome to Dark Souls 2. Oh, really? Gee, the other games do not have enemies chase you. Nick has gone into full panic mode, not only running as soon as he spawns back at the bonfire past all the enemies again, but proclaiming,
I've never seen so many fucking enemies in my life. There's like 40 of them! I'm just fucking running! Give me that shit back! Give me it back! Give me it back! Give me it! Oh my god, they're fucking following me! They're following me!
This is the kind of moment that vindicates the Dark Souls 2 haters. They see an absolutely absurd reaction from someone clearly throwing away any intention of beating a new game properly and going, "Her dirt, that's Dark Souls 2 gangfest for you." I then get a personal moment of catharsis when he faithfully recreates the meme video I made 2 years ago about people's approach to this specific area. See if you can tell the difference. Since Nick just kept doing the same damn thing over and over again, I decided to focus on one asinine comment I caught in his chat. Okay, no. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're back to this. Look at that. DS2 difficulty equals 100 enemies in one small room. Are you fucking for real? And somebody told me this on freaking, it was either YouTube or Twitter, but they're like, it's hyperbole, we're exaggerating. Like So when they say dumb shit like this and you point out how utterly against how that's absolutely not in reality, they try to mock you. They try to mock your intelligence, saying, "Well, dude, come on, how are you taking this so literally?" Dude, I don't give a fuck if you're exaggerating, because usually when people exaggerate or use hyperbole, it is still somewhat within a realm of truth. So if you say, "Oh, there's 10 enemies," probably implies that there might be like 5 or 3. So if you say 100 goddamn enemies, are you fucking kidding me? 100 enemies in one small room. Even if people are willing to accept that you're just being hyperbolic as fuck, that would still, it still comes into question. Okay, so how much are you really talking about? But again, why am I wasting my time trying to dissect the mentality of these fucking people who keep saying this shit, and then unironically keep thinking that their opinions, because it's repeated by a bunch of the freaking, and I'm not even gonna say the fan base, but the people who glaze all the other games while immediately shitting on this one for similar flaws, think that they're correct. I haven't said these words yet, but it's the classic appeal to popularity fallacy. Like, oh yeah, well, a lot of people are saying it, so it must be true. Thankfully, another chatter counteracted the previous dumb comment by pointing out the obvious. There you go. See, at least one person. To be fair, you woke every single enemy up.
Okay,
He didn't wake up all the enemies, but he's just skipping them, so he's waking up certain enemies. What happened next was unbelievable. He wasted so many runs skipping past all the enemies and makes it up the ladder, but then doesn't go through the door to the bonfire room and instead turns around for whatever reason, only to get swarmed by the previous enemies as well as the hollow soldier he accidentally aggroed near the door. He canceled this freaking, that seemed like he actually canceled this door opening animation. This is the point in the stream where Nick starts coping and saying that it's totally not his fault or that he has to get good because he beat Dark Souls 1.
Y'all saw me play Dark Souls 1. You know it's not a skill issue. I fucking hate this.
This gets kind of contentious, but there are some obvious differences between DS1 and 2, as well as how he played both of these games. In Dark Souls 1, he used the Zweihander, which is universally regarded by DS1 fans as a very powerful weapon that you can get right at the start after the tutorial and lets you demolish the enemies with ease. In DS2, there's no such shortcut to crushing the enemies until you unlock the blacksmith's house. And as he's continuing to make excuses, a bunch of people in his chat are screaming at him to take his time killing the enemies. I mean, seriously, what other outcome do you expect when you keep trying to run through the whole area?
Like, I understand if I'm fighting an enemy or two, but not 40!
Like I said at the beginning of the stream, of the recording or whatever, I like him. I'm trying to be charitable to him. He was doing good at the start. But what happens when he happens to die once after making some progress? Now he thinks the only way forward
There's a difference between
is to
skill issue and sucking and whatever's going on right now. At level 1 NPCs, because they gather around like a fucking
I didn't
horde.
watch the entirety of his DS1 streams. I watched most of them.
Alright, you know
But
what?
when you run
Here we
past
go. I gotta tap into
when you
Sax
run
Lane.
past enemies in Dark Souls 1, are you seriously gonna act like they can't gang up on you there? Another thing I noticed is that for some reason he keeps spamming that R2 attack with the scimitar, which even I will admit is freaking inefficient. But you'd think he'd get the clue and use R1 more often, which is more efficient with stamina usage and lets him attack more frequently. Again, I have no idea what is compelling him to do this, resulting in struggling to kill the enemies and then blaming the game for it. Here's another example of this getting him killed.
My health, I'm looking, what about it?
Oh, that's another thing. I mean, right here it's not as pronounced, but he really likes
Well, look
spamming
at
that
my face, I'm
R2
dying.
attack.
Where the fuck am I?
As someone who is a staunch DS2 defender, I'll admit that
I'm looking at my fucking
that
health. Come back
specific
here, bitch. I'm
attack
not
is
done with you.
garbage.
I'm
Like,
not
that's
done.
But he's literally spamming
done,
a slow
I'm done.
attack.
I'm
His
done, I'm
R2 tends to be slow, and yet
I'm done. Oh my god.
notice how he keeps. Why are you spamming that attack, dude? I watched his freaking DS1 streams. He wasn't spamming R2 there.
They went all out with this game.
Okay, once again here, he uses R2, which locks him into a longer attack animation, but then he gets bamboozled for getting killed in one attack. Bro, you had less than half your total health here. You don't get to blame the game itself. His positioning just fine.
See, I'm gonna tap into my.
See what I mean? Like,
No, move!
What?
shot? One shot on a
Brother,
fucking ninja
see?
battle?
See? Oh, you had very little health, not just because of your half health bar. Now he remarks that he will face some backlash if he skips to Elden Ring or possibly another game, but remarks that even complete newbies to the From Software franchise picked it up, ended up having a blast. Like I mentioned earlier, the problem stemming from the community is that the other games don't have this absolute slander hovering over their heads, therefore the players don't go into it with a warped impression and then end up fulfilling it themselves with shoddy gameplay. If you have a choir cheering you on and thrilled you are managing to beat the supposedly hard game, then no shit you're going to come out with a much better impression, and that will probably positively influence your gameplay. But when you go into Dark Souls 2 and you constantly hear crap like gang squads and enemy spam, then of course some people will have that impression when they inevitably aggro a horde of enemies and not realize that this is a recurring scenario in all the games. This then just leads into the run like a madman approach, which then just aggravates the issue when you have an army of enemies chasing you down and you finally think, ah, there is the gangs I was warned about.
I feel like my comment section is gonna be mad if I quit this game. Oh, and he wanted to play Elden Ring.
Most people will say no.
He can't even beat this. He can't even beat part 1 of Dark Souls 2. But he wanted to play Elden Ring? Bro, people went into Elden Ring without even playing a Souls game.
That is true. But again, what do you think happens if you run past enemies in Elden Ring? Look how he's constantly wasting his stamina.
Oh, this is easy. You gotta back up.
Okay, right there he's doing a little bit better. Okay, but
Bro,
no.
I can't even focus on one enemy. Here comes 10 other ones.
See, there you go. You killed one. Stop spamming the R2 attack. Jesus Christ, guy. Oh my fucking god, he finally gets past the part he was stuck on and just rushes past the enemies. What the fuck is even the point of playing this game if you can't even try the new challenge ahead of you even once? Here's my unfiltered, frustrated reaction. Dude, I honestly didn't think, I didn't think it was gonna be this hard, dude. I cannot believe. But now that he's finally, he gets past that hard part. It's not hard, but whatever, it's hard for him. I can try to cut him some slack. Now he is once again just going past enemies. Enemies that he has not fought before. For what? What are the people going to say? Oh, well, no, I don't want to fight the same enemies again. No, he's literally has not fought those enemies before. But what? Because he was struggling back there and had to repeat it like 7 times. Now what? Now he's entitled to just skip the enemies? And then he's going to complain afterwards as if that the game is bad because he skipped the enemies? Again, I don't want to go hard on him specifically, but I have a very strong feeling that what he's doing is exactly what other people, other more disingenuous people are doing, and then saying that, no, it's this game that's bad. Not what you specifically did. No, it's obviously the game. And here is where I lost all hope and feel stupid for having given him the benefit of a doubt and wished for him to redeem this train wreck and totally prove me wrong. He gives up and just runs through the entire area as if that is a legitimate way to overcome it. It goes about as well as you can expect. And as to give the haters more vindication, he runs up to the other trap that involves getting ganked by hidden enemies near the halberd. I cannot even provide any insightful commentary here. He's literally running through the entire remaining area like a headless chicken. If he actually kills this guy, I'll be somewhat more charitable towards him because it proves that he can...
We're running away. I can't fight him yet. Get the fuck away from me. You don't even fucking touch me, you little bitch. Don't even fucking touch me. We're running. This is Run Souls. No, fuck Dark Souls. We're running! This ain't, we're not fighting anymore. We're fucking running! This is Run Souls. Run, 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 run! We're just running away, guys. Yeah, this is how you play the game. Welcome to fucking Dark Souls 2. What's going on? No! Stop! Where do I go? Where the fuck do I go, bro? Hey, is it all open? Is everything locked in this game? Where's my master key? Drink! Drink the fucking juice! Go, go, these motherfuckers are fighting a tree on the left.
No. I've been speechless for the past 3 minutes because... At least...
Wait, I wanna get that. I'm gonna run.
At least he's somewhat... Nice. This guy doesn't know what he's doing Don't get shot. This guy is now literally just running through the whole goddamn area.
Oh, I got this. I got this. This game sucks. You're going too fast! You know what? I am not running. I'm fighting everybody. I'm not updating the.
Here I thought he almost had a handle on the enemies, but then this legitimately hilarious moment occurs.
Oh, fuck you. What are you doing? What are you doing? I was gonna give you a chance.
Okay.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it
like,
was.
I get mad at that. You know what? You know what, bro? I'm just gonna do this. Just in case. Okay?
Dude, I swear to God,
At this point, this is the only consolation prize for this terrible stream. So here's another moment where he falls to the rolling boulder trap.
the popular consensus means that we're
Where
right.
is it?
We're objectively right.
Oh God, JJK 20. You know what? I have a strategy. Watch this.
Later on, I finally make my final judgment before watching the remaining gameplay footage.
Okay, I think I could say this with 100% sincerity and not just being a judgmental asshole. He's reached a point of the play session where he's just not even trying anymore. You're literally just being a fucking clown, running around, not actually doing the things you need to do, and then that's how you say, "Oh, this game is bad," even though I was just running around, not actually killing enemies and being taking your time.
Give me the weapon!
Here I tried to make a point about how Dark Souls 2 haters are born. Don't take it too seriously, it's more of a shitpost kind of theory.
It's like I'm trying to do something, but you can't do it because here comes 5 other enemies. You cannot do it. It's like I wish you can, but here comes 40 other fucking enemies.
I think we just witnessed the birth of somebody who will talk shit about Dark Souls 2 based on their own mistakes. Because you saw the language that it used. Oh, you're getting chased by 40 enemies. Completely oblivious to the fact, or just outright lying to the fact that you literally just keep running past them. Do you not think that's the same shit would happen if you did that in fucking Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring?
Here he finally tricks an enemy into blowing up the shortcut wall, so I make a point about how Nick obviously has the potential to play the game properly and feel a sense of reward from succeeding, but has obviously lost any desire to do that.
It's not...
Swing, you
That's
fuck!
that's a valid... There you go. See? There you go, see? That is bona fide fucking proof that he actually he's capable of doing the right thing. He knows what the right thing to do is. So, remember that when he keeps running past the enemies and then saying, "Oh, the game is throwing 40 enemies at me." That's why it seems like I'm being so goddamn venomous towards him. Not because I legitimately hate him and what he's doing, but because I know he can do better, but he chooses not to.
Despite opening up the shortcut, he still decides to waste a crap ton of time killing enemies that are not in his way, and that he'd be better off just skipping entirely, based on his prior failures to handle them.
Wait, so now that you open the shortcut, why are you running this way?
Oh, but these fucking
You
barrels
literally
so
couldn't, you didn't have to aggro these guys, and now you did.
I dodged that. It's fucking over. I'm killing everybody in this fucking... Everybody. Everybody's dead in there.
Here I pause to address someone's super chat who tried to rationalize Dark Souls 2's intended approach, but I had to give my own take in relation to that.
Dark Souls 2 is like when you progress. You don't run to fight enemies, but you wait for them to go for you. You basically stand still or retreat. Okay, see, the problem with that is that is not really that completely accurate. There's a little bit of truth to it, and I want to give this person compliments, but no. Any disingenuous fucks who read that will just use that as more ammunition. They're like, oh, well, so all the enemies are just gonna bum rush you. That's another argument that he didn't say himself, but people like to say that enemies are just coming out to hunt you. That's only true in Iron Keep. I'll admit that. But seriously, no, because like I said, when you progress through the area, once you go into their aggro range, they will come after you. It is very possible you can aggro 1 or 2 at a time. There's very few situations where there might actually be 3 or more. And again, I don't have them all memorized to my head, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's the problem. I mean, every single time you make a somewhat accurate statement in defense of the game, 10 other stupid haters who want to, you know, slander the game at all costs are just going to use that as ammunition to say, oh, well, that's why the game is bad. The other games definitely don't ever do that.
See, I'm afraid to read my super chats. I think 5 zombies are gonna pop up out of nowhere. All right, here we go. Round 2, guys.
Stop going in there.
Stop dropping the Magnum.
So he finally manages to reach the elevator to Last Giant but misses the freaking shortcut. Thankfully, he stared at his chat long enough to realize this and went back to open it. But then he still wastes time to go kill enemies that weren't in his way. You'd think he finally felt some confidence since now he can replenish his Estus flasks at the bonfire and maybe even use a human effigy to restore his full health bar to have a very good shot at the boss. Well...
Don't step on the button again. See? Oh, I thought this game was terrible, but no, it turns out it actually has very, well, you know, good, you know, well-designed areas.
Get over here! Oh, fuck.
Dude, don't waste your life gems, man. You're lit.
No, I can't open that one.
What are you doing, man?
Fuck you. Oh, wait, the bonfire's nearby, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it right
Where
there?
are you running? Okay, it's fine if you forget.
I'm retarded. Okay, wait a minute. It's up the ladder. What am I doing, bro? What am I doing? Here we go. Up the ladder!
So he finally makes it to the Last Giant, and what do you know? He's actually doing very well. Maybe not managing his stamina well and attacking too frequently, but hell, still a good first attempt. He clearly has the proper Souls instinct so he can perform just fine against the boss.
Oh, wow, it's not that bad actually, huh? When you fight a boss, because, you know, it's one enemy. And I know some people are going to be like, well, that just shows that when it's not a gank, it's actually good.
Here I make a point about why he is succeeding in a boss fight as opposed to getting through the area and all the other enemies.
Pause it there. That just shows that when you're not being stupid, again, I'm not calling him stupid, I'm just saying literally every other fucking person that thinks that rushing through the areas and then blaming the game for it means that you're objectively right. So now that he's fighting his first boss, he's fighting one enemy, and people love to talk shit about the supposed bad hitboxes. But right here, the hitbox, I mean, I saw the swipes, he hasn't gotten hit yet. Oh, I see some yellow damage, so technically, did he get hit? Oh yeah, he did get hit. But the point is, now it seems like a proper Souls game fight. Because he's not dealing with the problems, because he's literally locked into a boss fight. So, some people might try to use that as an indictment against him as a game, because, oh, well, now you're not getting ganked. But no, it's actually the opposite. He cannot screw himself over by attracting a bunch of enemies, and so now he actually is in a proper rhythm where it's, you know, it's a fair fight. I know it's not going to salvage, you know, his opinion of the game, but that just goes to show that, look, see, when the game suddenly forces you into a situation where you don't get to attract the gank squad, suddenly it seems like a pretty good, fun, engaging game.
And there he goes and beats the Last Giant on his first attempt. Not being sarcastic, I congratulate Nick for doing a good job and showing he can do good at this game if he actually puts the effort in and doesn't try to brute force it. But I gotta emphasize that it was only possible because of what I said, because he was locked into an arena with one enemy, so he didn't deal with the supposed ganks that he obviously engineered himself, and I suspect most of the DS2 haters did the same.
He's almost dead.
He's just hit on me. He ripped his arm off. He's using his arm as a weapon.
No, that wasn't a stupid, like, a mistake. I'm just saying, like, you actually got hit for a good reason.
Oh!
How do you think... Brother, that is absolutely fair. Because you're rolling...
Come on.
There you go, man.
We got this. Whoever loses to this boss is a fucking weirdo. Quit Dark Souls forever. Easy, bro. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it.
See? See? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Such a bad game, but okay.
Run. You got this. See what I mean, bro? I'm good at this game.
Yeah, you're good at this game when the game prevents you from actually screwing yourself over.
One more. Got him. See what I mean?
Good job, man. Good job. No,
Come
really,
on,
really.
man.
You actually played
Come on.
in a good way.
I know how to play this game. It's just when
See?
the fucking horde comes for you.
First
where it's
boss,
fucking
first
sucking
try.
dick. Arigato gozaimasu.
You can play this game.
Shit.
You can beat this game, man. I know you can.
I had forgotten I said these words that I sure as hell never wanted to say before.
That move.
Okay, bro, you got hit by that before. And you should know that you cannot
cut 'em
just
up,
stay
you fucking
behind him.
Slice them up like cheese. Like cheese. Now I have enough to get the Raper. Nice.
I will probably regret
Damn.
saying these words, but H Bomber Guy was right when he said
Join the game.
that enemy does not get cheesed by bullshit.
Depends.
So he goes back to the same spot he was struggling with and tries out the rapier. It definitely seems to do better, but again, this guy has zero clue on how to manage his stamina.
Oh my god, I need to do that.
That was your fault, man.
Nice. Come on. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Come on. Smoke.
Motherfucker, let your stamina regenerate for fuck's sake.
So he finally seems to do good against the enemies, which kind of proves my earlier theory that having a strong starter weapon really makes or breaks the Souls experience. With DS1 it was the Swihander, and now with this game it's the rapier.
Them first. My bad. My bad. I can't fight one guy. I gotta fight all 10 of them.
Oh, don't even start with that. Are you fucking kidding me? You've already dealt with this before.
Oh. See, I got better. Look at this. Look at this, bro. I got better. He's not coming back. Where is he?
You're clearly hitting somebody who's guarding, but look, you can still kill him. So yeah, they were
Not
sort of
use heavy
right.
attacks in this
The
game
rapier is a
bad.
very good weapon. I'll just say
realize
right now
that.
that I've never
he
done a full playthrough with it because honestly, I find thrusting swords boring as fuck.
Unfortunately, he decides to tempt fate by running into the ballista room again. Here he perfectly demonstrates how no overpowered weapon can substitute for terrible combat skills, and he demonstrates it perfectly by constantly running and rolling into their attacks and finally dying and once again losing his full health bar.
Come on down, buddy. Come on down, whore. Guys, I know where the key is. Chill the fuck out. God damn. Let me find it myself. Shut up.
Stop running
Just don't
into
open
these. Holy shit, man. There you go. Tell me how that's the game's fault.
At one point, Nick makes a very sarcastic remark due to hubris. Despite his obvious lack of skill and patience, he scoffs at the suggestion to use a shield.
This motherfucker's screaming in chat like a little child. I don't want to use a fucking shield.
Okay.
Ooh.
I know shields aren't for everyone. I tend to not play without a shield a lot of
Fuck
time,
was that?
but
Why are they fighting a tree?
there's a reason why a lot of the the Souls moves use a shield because they're clearly not ready to
Come on, get him,
avoid
get him,
attacks.
Let's go.
So
Big fight. Oh my
yeah,
god. Oh, here
I
they
think
come.
blocking
The
might have
fucking
actually
Ninja
helped you
Turtles are
out.
coming. Here we go. 3. Oh my god.
And you saw it.
Dude, I can't fight one guy. Just one guy. Fuck. I can't even heal. I hate this horde shit.
It is 3 fucking enemies that were clearly spaced out, but you decided to aggro them all at once and then keep blaming the game for so-called hordes. Here, the goddamned idiot, yes, I'm done being nice, walks into a well-known trap where he doesn't need to be, yet once he dies because of it, he's so outraged as if the game was just torturing him on purpose.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Like-
really? You fell for a trap, and that means the game is bad. Yeah, brother. You and me both.
Bro, while I was watching this in DaVinci Resolve, I had the same fucking reaction as me on the recording. Why is he running back to the spot where he died in a frustrating manner? Are you seriously wondering why I made it my mission to publicly take down this atrocious stream? Okay, so now that I and he calmed down,
Holy shit, he actually made it out alive. That is insane.
we finally reached the final portion of the stream where he goes to the soldier's rest area. I watched this live shortly after waking up. Needless to say, it comes to a catastrophic close here.
Oh no, not the skeleton.
9:13. Okay. I know it's like
God. Find the
if
skeleton.
you're not in
They're
Pacific,
back.
if you're
From
not
the
in
firing
Pacific time,
side.
it's kind of late and most people go to work. No,
Poke,
not all
poke,
people
poke.
get tomorrow off, but
Oh shit, what is that?
Let's watch the absolutely sad ending to this grand performance.
he was doing fine.
I'm bleeding, it's all good.
I'm
I'm a grown
telling
man.
you, it really seems like when they go through an area the
What's a
first
little blood?
time,
Oh god, here comes the fucking
Motherfucker. Okay, yes, 3 enemies aggro at once, but you just rushed in there. Do you really think that all encounters are going to be 1 enemy? That was never the case in Dark Souls 1. That was not the case in Dark Souls 3, and definitely not Elden Ring.
I can't even fucking dodge.
Holy shit, man.
90 of them in the goddamn room, bro. Oh my god. Holy shit, that's fucking annoying.
There is an enemy there. It could have been very easy to kill him, but you decided to skip him. So when he fucking jumps you out of nowhere, you're gonna blame the game for it.
Alright, I gotta fight them one by one again. Oh my god. That's easy.
Yeah.
That one's light work.
See?
No! Oh my god, the way they chase you in this game. Find another weapon, this one is ass. No, it ain't.
No, it's not. It's a pretty decent weapon.
Tell me to change it.
Told you. A certain portion of his chat is just gonna fucking troll his ass. You ran out of fucking stamina, and you see 3 enemies coming at you, and you're gonna say that that's horrible.
I'm fucking running out of here. Bye-bye.
Who do you think is gonna be waiting for you when you go back outside? Okay, I was wrong about the knight, the hollow soldiers.
No, wrong weapon. Oh god, I used the wrong one. It takes 40 fucking hours for him to do it.
God,
they follow you no matter what. This guy from earlier is following me now.
Because
oh my god. Move. Here we go. Go, Power Ranger. Nice. Opening every.
oh, this is the good part. I did see this live, by the way. I actually did.
I bet all of them are still.
It was by pure accident. Yeah, no fucking shit. You did not kill the motherfuckers, and now you just.
Look, they're all following me still. Oh god. Let me go up the ladder. The fuck is that? Another Ninja Turtle. Oh my god. Go. Dude, there's Ninja Turtles all over the place. I'm gonna fight 3 of them. Fuck out of here.
So this guy ran up to the roof. Yeah, like I said, I saw this before, but now that I'm rewatching it, now I'm realizing it again. He was being chased by like multiple enemies, the skeleton and like the 2 hollows that were inside the building. He runs up to the roof. He says that there's 3 Ninja Turtles. And now he's gonna climb the ladder back down. All while accusing the game of throwing enemies at him. After running through all that. Bruh.
Can barely fight 1, now they got 3 of them piled up. Oh my god, leave me the fuck alone! Damn, bro! Shit! Oh my god! This guy has been following me since I was at the bonfire!
The skeleton who's in the goddamn basement was following you from the bonfire? Are you fucking kidding me?
From now on, it's just his final thoughts and my reaction to it, so I'm just gonna stop narrating this and show the raw and live reaction. Pardon the slurring, I was obviously several beers deep in, which was the only way for me to bear with this atrocity.
Oh, is this when you stopped? Is this when you finally stopped? Wow, he actually finally stopped.
It's like, if I give up, it's because I'm just not enjoying it, right? This is gonna sound fuck, but I enjoy hard, okay? I enjoy it hard. I enjoy a hard challenge. This is an annoying challenge.
Oh, really?
Like, I'd rather fight Manus. I'd rather fight Manus 1,000.
In the Chasm of the Abyss, you run past a bunch of those Ulyssil Township people, and some of them even shoot you with fucking dark magic from far, and there's a bunch of humanity. Now, the humanity is obviously weak, but the Ulyssil Township people are freaking fast. So if you ran past them and got ganked up, are you gonna say, well, Dark Souls 1 is full of ganks? Yeah, I wonder. I have a feeling that you won't. Because there's not a bunch of idiots, a fucking peanut gallery, in your goddamn chat saying that it's a gank.
Unfortunately, here I have to show this horrible moment where the community does influence the content creator. And here, obviously, the majority of his chat also didn't have any intention of giving DS2 a fair shake.
I might just go straight to Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, you clearly don't.
Like, honestly. I'm honestly thinking about it. Guys, 1 in the chat if I should keep playing, 2 in the chat.
Oh, I saw this live. I actually saw this live. Utterly ridiculous.
Are you still here? Babe, are you still here? Put up a poll. Put up a poll. Keep playing Dark Souls 2 or skip to Dark Souls 3. I'm gonna let y'all pick right now. I'm gonna let y'all pick. DS2, DS3. Which one should I play? Here you go. There you go. There's your fucking poll. So, I'm just being honest with you guys. The reason why I love Dark Souls 1 was because of how hard it was.
No, you didn't.
Not because it was annoying. Yeah, it was annoying at times, but it wasn't like, it was like 98% hard, 2% annoying. For me, Dark Souls 2 isn't even hard. It's just annoying. I mean, of course, I'm at the fucking beginning, so it's not gonna be hard. But I feel like it's not hard. It's just fucking annoying. And guys,
It's not
keep voting.
completely one-sided, so that's the point. It proves that, you know what, plenty of people in this audience were willing to, like, either
Like, listen, man, listen.
they knew that Dark Souls 2 was actually
It's not
worth a damn, or they were probably just trolls who wanted to see him suffer.
It's fucking
Oh, well.
annoying. It's
Meanwhile,
not annoying like dying to Manus.
The people who are like, you know what, we can't stand him actually struggling. We got to give him what he wants, which is fine if you're a fan, but come on. If you're easily, if you need to be easily satisfied, of course you're going to tell him to go to Dark Souls 3 because that one's the more popular one. And guess what? The popular consensus wins.
Dude, I just want to fucking uninstall the game. And I think I am. I think I might uninstall it. And y'all were right. Y'all were so fucking right about it.
Are you kidding me?
Y'all
No.
were so right about
Just
it.
no.
Seriously, man. I get it.
No, you don't.
I like the weapons. I like the dual wielding.
I had almost completely forgotten that here I was almost pleading with him by complimenting him and highlighting the parts where he did exceptional, and it makes it all the more frustrating that he decided to stop trying and then blaming the game for it.
I get it. I like the weapons. I like
You literally used one weapon.
the dual wielding.
You didn't dual wield. Just because you have two weapons and each hand equipped doesn't mean that you're dual wielding. Multiple people told you in your goddamn chat that you have to power stance. They didn't use those exact words, but that's what it is, power stancing.
I like how fast I'm running. I like the hub.
Faster running. In fact, a lot of people specifically say that this game sucks because your character is slow and cumbersome. And yeah, it's sort of right. Because unfortunately, the stamina management in this game is a lot more serious and deliberate. Whereas in Dark Souls, no, not Dark Souls 1, that one takes a while. But Dark Souls 3, yeah, that one you start running. And that's what apparently people love, to just immediately start sprinting. Which I don't blame you for that. But no, you didn't say a single word about that. And I could tell from your gameplay that you were just struggling to move around. Which, again, is not totally your fault because Dark Souls 2 is built like that. But after that much effort, I'm pretty sure you should have realized that. And dealt with that. Because, like I said many times, your positioning was actually pretty goddamn good. You did very good against the old knights in the Heist Tower of Flame. And especially when you fought the goddamn last giant. You killed them on your first try, god motherfucker. Not only should you not be proud of that, but that should be a sign that, you know what, this game is good. No, it's great if you just stop trying to ditch the challenges and just run through the area.
Oh, you know what? If you want to call it a skill issue, this is what I'm going to do. You want to call it a skill issue, I'm going to promise you guys something. You ready? I'm going to beat Dark Souls 3. I'm going to beat Elden Ring. I'm going to beat Bloodborne. I'm going to beat all of these fucking games. Because nobody told me those games are annoying. Everybody told me these games are really fucking good.
So this is probably the argument I hate the most. The community says these games are good, therefore it's true. Yeah, like I fucking said before, if you have a crowd cheering for you when you play a hard game for the first time, no shit you're probably going to do better and feel more encouraged to get through the tough bits because you have support. But when you have a chorus of hecklers constantly whining about the tiniest things in the game you're playing that is all dependent on how you play, no shit you're going to have a warped perspective on it. Once again, it's the internet and the moronic crowd and the popular opinion is what's going to determine what is considered true and false, and that definitely applies to the Souls series.
I'm just not enjoying it. It's annoying as fuck, bro. And I don't even care to learn. Honestly, I don't even care to learn.
So when you admit that you don't care to learn, what do you have to learn, you motherfucker? You know what you have to do, and yet you refuse to do it. And yet you're gonna say that the game is a problem, and all the idiots that were just waiting for you to declare the game shit are going to think that they're right when you say that you didn't care to learn. Again, you didn't have to learn anything. You did the right thing multiple times.
Now, is it a bad game? No. I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't
That doesn't match what you've been doing for the last who knows how long.
want to play it. Like, the most fun I had was when I was fighting the boss.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Again, many people are going to say that, well, when you're fighting one enemy, it's good. But not when you're getting ganked. Bruh, you're not getting ganked because the game is bad. You're not getting ganked because when you go into the boss fight, that's literally the only enemy out there. You cannot get ganked because you do not put yourself into a gank situation. And like I said, he beat the boss on his first try. He didn't even struggle that much. He only got hit like 3 or 4 times. I didn't see a single part where it was like, oh my god, you're being very dumb. No, he did very well. So again, it's just so much more frustrating. Like when somebody is that much more incompetent, that's when you really hate. That's when you're, well, actually, no, you don't hate. That's when you're like, well, They're just that bad. But the fact that he knows what to do, he knows how to do the right thing, and he shows that he did it on a few occasions, that's what makes it so much more rating.
Here I make one final point about why he probably enjoyed DS1 more. This is where I return to the point about using the Zweihander from the beginning as opposed to using a standard weapon in DS2.
He was using the goddamn Zweihander for Dark Souls 1. Now, I don't care how much you want to refute it, that is a pretty OP weapon. And the fact that he got that means that somebody probably told him that that was a good weapon. Or maybe he just got lucky and wandered into the graveyard and found it. Again, that doesn't make the game free, it doesn't mean that you can just immediately start dominating. But the fact that he had a large-ass weapon with a wide swing that could knock down most enemies, and especially that R2, that R2 has the most amazing poise damage ever, that could even stagger bosses, means that he was definitely going to have an easier time. Don't fucking deny it. Don't try to say that, oh no, you're just trying to dilute his victory. No, fuck that. Most of the people who struggle in Dark Souls 1 use those smaller weapons, like the long sword or the scimitar, or whatever the other fucking weapons. A lot of them like to use the knife because he has heavy armor, but then they find out they have to fat roll, and he just has a fucking shitty broadsword. Using the Zweihander, again, it's the spacing issue can also be a problem, but there's not that many tight corridors in Dark Souls 1. So I don't think he really had to deal with that. The point is, well, I'm not trying to trivialize his great time with Dark Souls 1, because again, it's a fucking great game. I consider it better. I consider it the best one. I really think that really soured his opinion. You wanna know why? Because in Dark Souls 2, there is no equivalent. You cannot just grab this OP weapon and just start dominating. You literally have to just rely on the fucking build that you have and be good with that. And also in Dark Souls 3, if memory serves me, there's no OP weapon there either. You have to deal with what you have, and as you go through High Wall of Lothric or whatever, you have to try to find stuff to, start. The point is, there's literally no like get out of jail free card that lets you just start stomping enemies. But the Zweihander, no. That was a very, very good blessing from the start that he had to use. Dark Souls 2 had none of that. And so he actually had to rely on his skills and his intuition and his judgment. And it was an outright failure.
And I just had to include this bit in the end, where I talk to Nick directly and point out what kind of permanent damage he did to Dark Souls 2.
Even if you were able to beat the other games, that doesn't change what the fuck you did with this game. Because even if you beat the other games and were able to tolerate it more, and then finally had some extra patience to get back to this game, and then you finally, even if you beat Dark Souls 2, even if you say, you know what, that wasn't so bad, I enjoyed it, that's never going to erase what you fucking did today. This is August 31st, sorry, Sunday, August 31st, 2025. You played it, and you did the most ridiculous thing, which was to rush through the fucking areas, aggro a bunch of enemies, and in turn, vindicate all the fucking dipshits who say that this game is nothing but gank. And then you say, oh, you guys are right. That's on the permanent record, man. Unless you literally come out with a statement saying, I was wrong, I shouldn't have done that, those guys were fucking misleading me. Unless you specifically do that, that's what you're guilty of, man. And I don't care that I'm on nobody saying this, because guess what? Just like how there's a lot of Dark Souls 2 haters, there's a lot of people like me who know that the game is good and actually played it properly. Yes, there is such a thing as playing a game badly, and because of that, you cannot say that the game is bad because you specifically played it badly. No, not only does not any game have any obligation to cater to how badly you play, the Dark Souls game sure as fuck cannot accommodate how you play. But you're willing to do that for Dark Souls 1, and yet for this game, you didn't. But this video is going to be on YouTube. And I'm going to stand by it to show how one person's very bad experience with the game, based on their own fucking actions, irreparably damages the game's reputation. And then it fucking fuels the peanut gallery to perpetuate that reputation damage beyond repair, and then have the audacity to mock the people who actually see what the game for what it is. So yeah, that's it. Done. Thank you.
So, this was an absolutely stressful nightmare to produce. No, this isn't another dig at Nicholas Light TV. I mean production, editing, and scripting wise, it was one of the most agonizing brute force efforts I have ever carried out in my entire life, not just for a YouTube video. Let me be clear, I am never going to attempt to do a live freaking stream reaction ever again. Apparently my internet, which has never truly failed me, was just completely unable to consistently maintain a solid, seamless stream, and it dropped multiple fucking times. That's why you hear those Windows beeps all over the video. More importantly, however, is the fact that due to making lots of concise comments as I watched the video, meant that I couldn't just write my script, record the voiceover, and then line it up to my footage. I had to rewatch and rewind my video multiple times just to identify where to insert my scripted commentary versus letting my live commentary play out. More importantly, I couldn't go back and forth between important timestamps because I did hundreds of splices with clips that were playing at 1.5 or 2 times speed, meaning that it was impossible to use timestamps to return to certain highlights since eventually I would have to revert them to original speed. Apparently, I was supposed to just agonizingly watch Nick's entire stream at normal speed in order to maintain timestamps that don't become useless later in production. In conclusion, this needed to be done. Once again, I and many people are sick of this game being slandered and misportrayed by people like Nick and how they play it when they let themselves get influenced by disingenuous and dishonest haters of this game. Those of us who actually know how good this game is show video evidence and detailed explanations as to why someone else didn't do this game justice and how you can play this game the proper way. Needless to say, this is not the end. I will continue to put out more videos and make an actual series that helps to finally present Dark Souls 2 in the proper way to try and convince those who haven't easily bought into the copy-paste strawman complaints to finally give this game a shot and form their own opinion. There's no guarantee they will end up succeeding and loving it like I and others did, but at the very least we want them to be well prepared and go into this game with an open mind. With that said, thank you for watching this video and hope to see you here again for the next video. Goodbye.